Let's talk about order of operations. Now, why do we have order of operations? Well, if we have a problem that requires us to multiply or divide or add or subtract, and we just do them in any random order, well, we would actually get some different answers. So you may have heard this one. We may have heard PEMDAS. There is actually a specific order that we apply these different operations. And when I was in school, quite long ago, but we learned a saying called "Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally." Actually, might still be used. That's how archaic it is. But it helped us remember what order to apply the different arithmetic operations. P for parentheses, E for exponents, multiplication, division, addition, and subtraction. And later on, when I got into college, I actually shortened this. Just helped me remember PEMA. P-E, it just shortened it, and it helped me remember that these two right here, multiplication and division, we actually handle in the same step. One doesn't get preference to the other. We can do division before multiplication, so I actually shortened it, and this one as well. Addition and subtraction, we can handle that in the same step. So I basically shortened it, and it helps me remember. But regardless, let's actually look at an example. Let's say we have 3 minus 1 minus 6 minus 4. Okay. And let's just work this from left to right. We have 3 minus 1, which is 2. Rewrite the minus 6 and the minus 4. 2 minus 6 is a minus 4. Rewrite the minus 4. Now, we have a minus 4 and we're subtracting a positive 4. Now, when I think of this as a number line, it kind of gets confusing just to which direction I would go, because this is actually a positive 4. We're just subtracting. So what I like to do is I like to add a negative instead of subtracting a positive. And this takes away the confusion of which direction we're going. We're definitely going 4 steps in the negative direction from the point minus 4. And you might remember going over a number line in a previous section. I think we were dealing with integers. But whatever the case may be, minus 4 plus a minus 4 is a minus 8. So that is our answer for this. Now let's do this a little differently. Let's do 3 minus 1 minus 6 in parentheses minus 4. All we did is take the same example and insert some parentheses around the 1 minus 6. Now let's follow our order of operations. First we have parentheses, so let's rewrite this 3 and the minus, and let's deal with what's inside the parentheses first. We have 1 minus 6, which gives us a minus 5, and then rewrite the minus 4. Okay, now all we have is subtraction, so let's go ahead and do this. We're subtracting a negative, so these will actually cancel out. And we're going to, you subtract a negative is the same as adding a positive. 3 plus 5 is 8, minus 4. 8 minus 4 is 4. And we got a completely different answer just because we inserted some parentheses and did things in a different order. Let's do this one more different way. Let's say we have 3 minus. Let's insert a bracket. We have 1 minus 6, and then a minus 4, and a bracket over here. Okay. Making use of the different types of parentheses and brackets actually helps clarify things. If we just put parentheses instead of brackets here, we'd have parentheses all over the place, and it really gets crammed together. It starts running together, and it gets kind of confusing to see where one parentheses ends and where one begins, one set. So I like to use a bracket and switch the parentheses just so I know where the grouping symbols are, if that makes sense. But whatever the case may be, let's proceed. Parentheses, brackets are the same as parentheses in terms of order of operations, so let's handle this first. We have 3 minus. We have parentheses inside a bracket, so let's work from the inside out. We have 1 minus 6 is a minus 5, minus 4. Let's rewrite this 3 minus because we still have parentheses to worry about here. All right, inside the brackets, we have a -5 and a -4. So let's turn this into adding a negative. And -5 plus a -4 is a -9. Okay, and once again, we're subtracting a negative, so we're adding a positive, same thing. And this gives us a positive 12. Okay, so we took these 4 same numbers, all negative signs, they're all the same signs, but we did them in a different order, just by adding some parentheses in various places, and we got 3 different answers. And I do this to show that the order of operations makes a big deal. It's very important because, as you can see, we can do them in a different order and we can get different answers each time. So we always want to follow the order of operations. Now, up to this point, we've only had addition and subtraction, as well as parentheses. So let's do an example where we have multiplication and division as well. Let's do this one. Let's say we have 2 multiplied by 4, 2 times 4, minus 8, divided by 2. Okay. What is our order of operations? We don't have parentheses or exponents, but we do have multiplication and division. And as we see over here, multiplication and division are handled in the same step. So, working left to right, 2 times 4 is 8. Rewrite the subtraction because we're not to subtraction yet. 8 divided by 2 is 4. Now we simply have 8 minus 4 is 4. Okay. Let's do it a different way. Let's say we have 2 times 4 minus 8 in parentheses and divided by 2. Let's see what we get here. Well, we have parentheses, so we're going to handle that first. So rewrite the 2 and the multiplication. 4 minus 8 is a minus 4. And rewrite the division. Okay, now we just have multiplication and division. So we're going to this step, however you want to look at it. 2 times a minus 4, positive and a negative, give us a negative 8. 2 times 4 is 8. Rewrite the division, divided by 2. Minus 8 divided by 2, minus and a positive will give us a minus. 8 divided by 2 is 4. And we get a minus 4 instead of a plus 4. So as you can see, order of operation definitely matters. Okay, so let's dig into a more lengthy example. Let's say we have 7 minus open bracket 11 minus, in parentheses, 3 plus 4 minus 6, and we're going to close the bracket. Okay, so what does our order of operation tells us? Tells us to do the parentheses first. Okay, so let's rewrite 7 minus. Now inside the brackets we have another parentheses. We work from inside out. So rewrite the 11 minus, and let's do this one first. 3 plus 4 is 7. Rewrite the minus 6 and close that bracket. Okay, so we still have parentheses here, so let's deal with that. Rewrite the 7 minus, and inside the parentheses, we can actually handle these all at once, or we can take them 2 at a time. 11 minus 7 is 4, and 4 minus 6 is a minus 2. So we skipped a step here. We did 2 steps of subtraction in 1 step. Hope that didn't confuse you. So we have 7 minus a negative 2. We can cancel these minus signs, and we get 7 plus 2 is 9. Okay, so following our order of operations, we handle the parentheses first. Okay, let's look at another one. Let's do 2 times 6 squared plus 4 times 3 minus 8. Okay. Here we don't have any parentheses, but our next letter is an E for exponent. We have an exponent here. We have a squared term, so we're going to handle that one first. So rewrite the 2. 6 squared, 6 times 6 is 36. And then rewrite everything else. There's no more exponents. So we're done with that step. Now we look for multiplication and division. And we definitely have some of that. We have multiplication. 2 times 3 is 6. Or, I'm sorry, that's a multiplication. That's 36. 2 times 36 is 72. Rewrite the plus sign because we're not to addition yet. 4 times 3 is 12. Rewrite the subtraction because we're not there yet. Okay. Now we simply have multiplication, or excuse me, addition and subtraction, so we can handle that in the same step. 72 plus 12 is 84. Rewrite the minus 8. 84 minus 8 is 76. And that's our answer. Okay, let's see if we can squeeze in one more. Let's squeeze in another one right here. Okay. Let's say we have 5 plus parentheses 2 squared minus 3. We're going to close that bracket and we're going to add, let's open another parentheses, 5 plus the square root of 25. Okay. What does our order of operations tell us? We handle what's in the parentheses first. Well, we have a parentheses inside this bracket, so we're going to work from the inside out. So let's rewrite this as 5 plus. Now, inside each parentheses, we're going to handle another order of operations. We handle the exponent before the subtraction. So we're going to handle the 2 squared first, which is 4. Rewrite the subtraction. And we can rewrite the rest of it. Now over here, we actually handle square roots. They're treated as exponents, and we'll definitely go over that in a later section when we're dealing with exponents. But for now, we deal with square roots in the same step as exponents. Square root of 25 is 5. So let's rewrite that. And now we can move to our next step. We're still in the parentheses, so we want to work from the inside out. So we're going to rewrite this. And we have 4 minus 3 is 1. And rewrite this. Okay. Now here, all we have is addition. When all we have is addition, we can actually drop the parentheses, because it doesn't matter which order you do addition in. We can do 5 plus 1. We can do 1 plus 5. It doesn't really matter. We'll actually get the same answer no matter which order we sum it up in. So we can write it as 5 plus 1 plus 5 plus 5. It doesn't matter if we put parentheses here, put parentheses here, put parentheses here. We'll still get the same answer, so we can add them all up. It's called a summation. 5 plus 1 is 6. 5 plus 5 is 10. 6 plus 10 is 16. And that's our answer. Okay, so what did we learn here? Well, our order of operations, hopefully we took away that the order of operations definitely matters. We can take the same numbers and the same signs, the same addition or subtraction, and we can do them in a different order and get different answers every time. So we always want to remember to follow this order of operations. We handle the parentheses first. We definitely use brackets as well so we don't get confused. And we work from the inside out when it comes to parentheses. Then we take the exponents, which we actually handle square roots the same step as the exponents. And then comes multiplication and division, and those are actually handled in the same step. So it actually, working from left to right, it doesn't matter which ones you handle first. And then after that we have addition and subtraction, which we also handle in the same step. So be sure to go over this because this is pretty much the foundation of mathematics, and I will see you soon.